In the Culture War segment tonight, what role should a jilted political wife play when her husband tells the world he's been unfaithful? We all remember watching New York Governor Eliot Spitzer's wife stand by her man when he announced he'd been involved with a prostitute. And New Jersey Governor Jim McGreevy's wife when he told the world he is a gay American. But Mark Sanford's wife was missing from his press conference last week when the South Carolina governor admitted his affair with an Argentinian woman. And now, Jenny Sanford saying this about her husband.
We would hope that a father that didn't have contact with his children would realize that if you wanted those children, you better, toe the line a little bit.
Sure.
And he was told in no uncertain terms he was not to see her.
Tammy Bruce is joining us now live from Los Angeles. Okay, Tammy, you never know what's going on in somebody's marriage. Everybody's dynamics are different here. But it seems, based on what we know, that she actually did try to keep it private and try to work through it. And he's the one who blew it up publicly by going to Argentina. So do you think that was the tipping point for her to come out and make these public remarks?
I think so. Obviously, she has 5 children, not just 4 in this instance. I mean, when you've got to tell your husband to not go do something that will destroy lives, you've got someone who apparently is an early brain donor as a husband. In this case, you've got a woman who has an extraordinary background on her own, is very powerful, has been involved in her husband's career, and she is the one. And she, in her first statement, she talked about dignity. She talked about the message to her 4 sons. It is a real destructive thing he did. The better message she could send, even though she's coming out of this smelling like a rose, like the other messages other women could have sent, like Hillary Clinton, is that we deserve better as women. Children should see that there are repercussions to this. And I'm hoping she might find out that, she deserves better.
Do you think we might see a cultural shift here among political wives, or frankly any public wives, where they might be more inclined to say, you know what, my husband's cheating on me, I'm done with this, you're on your own, bub?
I think that is, the commitment to marriage is very serious, obviously. There's discussions all the time in the country about marriage, whether it be gay or otherwise. The truth of the matter is that is a commitment most people do take very seriously, but when it is breached to such a degree, you realize that contract's been broken. My point is here, but generally, is that the wrong Sanford is in the governor's mansion in South Carolina. I mean, we're seeing some remarkable women who deserve better. We deserve better. And I'm hoping that maybe they can start through some framework to stand up not only for themselves, but realize that they have also a big impact nationwide in the messages to young women especially.
You know, a lot of these political wives, Tammy, don't sign up for a political life. They're not public people. And when their husbands cheat and get exposed like this, they're thrust into the public limelight, and they don't necessarily want that. It doesn't sit well with them. But I think you're right about Mrs. Sanford. She ran both of his gubernatorial campaigns, and I think she's a lot tougher than she lets on. And actually, she should step in if he resigns and run for governor of South Carolina. What do you think?
Well, it's not unusual. If something happens to an office holder, very often a daughter or a wife will take that position. It happens quite often, and we're learning about her. I'm a little concerned that she seems to have put up with a bit more than she should have. But again, she has children, a long-term commitment, and perhaps a realization. She clearly, as a woman of faith, takes that vow very seriously with marriage. And I think, though, we're at a point where, with other things he's been saying, that she needs to step up to the plate and take her life back.
Indeed. Tammy Bruce, thank you so much.
My pleasure.